welcome back to another episode of How to Make Dinner Your Bitch. Now, priorities first. As you see, today I'm wearing a glorious apron. I don't normally wear a fucking apron, but today I'm wearing it. You know why? Because it's Freddy Krueger. Yeah. So my friend got this for me, my friend Brandy, aka Acid Hole, and so I thought I'd wear it on the show today so you guys could check it out. Alright, so what the fuck are we making today, you ask? We are gonna make some, I call it cheater lasagna, because we're gonna cheat on a couple things to save us some fucking time, because why not? Alright, it's better than buying that freaking frozen lasagna that just tastes like ketchup and noodles. So, it's not gonna be completely homemade, because we ain't got time for that shit, but it's gonna taste really fucking good. So, for this lasagna, you are going to need 2 jars of whatever your favorite spaghetti sauce is. Now, if you want to be that person and make it at home, excuse me, the dog's driving me crazy already. Make it at home, whatever, if you'd like to do that. So, 2 jars of spaghetti sauce, some type of freaking Italian seasoning, whatever kind that you want, your favorite kind, some either chopped onion or some dried onion, some garlic salt, ricotta cheese. You are going to want about a 32-ounce container right here. This is where the big cheat comes in between the sauce and these guys. They make oven-ready fucking lasagna noodles. Did you know that? Mind blower. I remember boiling that shit forever, and then you put them in to cook. Anyways, these are oven-ready, so get the oven-ready ones. Any kind you want. They make a bunch of different brands. Some ground meat of your choice, whether it be turkey, chicken, ground beef, doesn't matter, whatever you like. And then some mozzarella cheese. Okay? I think that's easy enough. Lots of seasonings. Seasonings is what's going to make this taste homemade. And then we're just going to mix all this shit together. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is so good. And if you have a small family, this will probably feed you 2 nights in a row. If you have a big family, it'll definitely feed everybody, and you guys will all be full. No worries about that shit. Once you get it mixed up and get it in the oven, it's just wait and dinner will be ready. So to start off, you're going to take 2 pounds of ground meat of whatever choice you want. And you're going to cook it up. We're going to put in, so we got our meat. We're going to put in either a half of a chopped up onion or 1 tablespoon of chopped onion, and we're gonna cook that together. Once that gets cooked up. Anyways, once you get that cooked up, then we're gonna come back, mix this stuff together, and start layering. So I'm gonna cook up this shit, and I'll be right back. I got my ground turkey all cooked up here. I like to do it in a pot, just because I know I'm gonna mix everything together and it just saves on dishes. So 2 pounds of ground turkey cooked up with the onion, so we are good there. What we're going to do is we're going to season this meat a little bit. So we're going to do a tablespoon of whatever fucking Italian seasoning you want. If you want to make your own, you can do that too. Basically some oregano and some basil. I think there's a little rosemary in here, some parsley, and thyme probably. So a tablespoon of that. Ooh, not the onion again. And then probably about a tablespoon of your garlic salt. There we go. Got that in there. Just going to kind of mix this, toss it around. And then we're going to mix in our sauce. So, like I said, whatever sauce you want. Sometimes I like to mix 2 kinds together. I'll get like a garlic one, and then a basil one, or a cheese one, or whatever. Don't do that. Oh my gosh, what a hot mess today. Alright. Dude, I'm so stoked about this fucking apron. If you only knew. I have a couple aprons. I don't wear them very often, because normally I just don't care. But this one, it's like an outfit. Alright, splashing shit everywhere. Let's get this stirred up. Once this guy is all stirred and mixed up, then it's just layering. Look how easy that was. So easy. There's no reason to buy frozen lasagna. That shit is disgusting, I swear. It definitely is like freaking ketchup and noodles and some mystery meat. Okay, all mixed up here, and even if it's not, whatever, as we go, we'll just continue to mix. So next is just the layering process. This also makes a really good dinner if you want to freeze it. So you can double it and make 2. If you have a small family, you can just do 2 containers with this one recipe. This is going to be a little bit over 1. Want a good deep dish container here, so we can get at least 2 layers in there. 13 by 9, somewhere around there. 10 by, just grab what the fuck you got. Most of us have those little glass ones. Grab those, and you're just going to put it together until you run out, pretty much. I got 1 spoon here for the ricotta cheese. For this recipe, you are going to want a 32-ounce container of ricotta cheese. Some people like to use cottage cheese, but I figure I had enough of that on my legs. Don't need it in my food too. All right, easy peasy. So we're going to start with our meat sauce here. And I'm just gonna spread this all along the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's all gonna mash down anyway. Once you put the noodles on, you'll kind of press on it some. These are some new noodles that I've used. I haven't used these ones yet. Like I said, there's a couple different kind out there. I don't know what made me buy this kind, but whatever. Already opened that. Okay, so I like to just do a couple of good sized chunks of the ricotta on here. So for my container, I'm gonna say about 6 across, maybe. All right, you can kind of spread it or mash it down if you want. Make sure everybody gets some ricotta cheese. And then you're gonna wanna buy probably like 4 cups of mozzarella cheese, 4-cup bag. We're gonna use all of it probably. This is a humongous Costco size bag because why not? I'll use it for something else too. So sprinkle probably about a 1/2 cup or so on there. You can kind of press down a little bit. Just make sure you cover it. And then noodle time, noodle time. Dude, I love these. I love that I don't have to boil them first. This is a lifesaver, total game changer. So I like to layer my noodles a little bit over top of each other. All right, I think I'm gonna buy these from now on because they perfectly fit in my pan too. This is amazing. So I like to overlap them just so you get a little more noodle in there because there's only gonna be 2 layers of noodle. And then press down a little bit. There you go, first layer is done. Time to get that second layer in there. Okay, so last little bit of cheese here. So you've seen I just pressed it down each time. A little tiny bit. And then I'm just gonna kind of press it. This is kind of mounding over a little bit. So just layer by layer. We've used up all the ricotta. When you get to the edges here, I don't care if it goes all the way down. If you want a little more cheese, it would be perfect, then be perfect. I ain't got time to be perfect, because why would I? So, to make it pretty, I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of my Italian season on top also, because why the hell not? Let's make it look fancy and shit, because that was easy enough. That's it. Done. It's ready to go in the oven. I do have a little meat left over, so like I said, depending on your container, it's gonna just depend. You might need a couple of them. These are great to freeze too. This is another recipe that I like to double and put one in the freezer for later. That's about the only fucking frozen lasagna you should eat. The stuff that you make and then freeze it, because it's so easy to cook. So easy, especially with the oven ready noodles and whatever freaking sauce you want. Essentially, you're just layering and done. So get this guy in the oven. You're gonna wanna preheat your oven to about 400 degrees, and then we're gonna bake it for about 30 minutes. Once everything in here is cooked except for the noodles, and those don't take very long. But once the cheese is melted and it gets all gooey and it starts to brown on the top, then you know you're good to go. So I'm gonna get this in the oven and clean this disaster I made up, and we'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like coming out. All right, this guy took about 30 to 40 minutes to cook. You'll see how it's nice and just browned, so just keep an eye on yours. I would let it sit out probably about 10-15 minutes before you cut it, just to kind of let it settle, and so you don't get goop all over you. But this is it. Cheater lasagna. Go home, make dinner your bitch, and eat some good fucking food.